Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Disciples Liberation. So, as usual, following on exactly from the last video, I'm still in Ilion, in our castle, and there's this secret chamber. It's not that secret, but there's a chamber you can go to in the castle, which is part of our castle, so we own it. And in this chamber, there are chests, and you'll find that you can't open any of them. There's a number of them, and as you can see, it says quite clearly, to open this chest you must be at least level 50 and improve your relations with, in this case, the Halls of the Undead. Each one has its own, that one's with the Elven Alliance, but it's basically you need to be level 50 and have a good relationship with these people, and then you get what's in the chest. To be honest, I've never opened any of these chests because actually as I played on with the game I kind of didn't really think about it, but I don't know what's in them. It will be a surprise to me when I find out one day, or if I ever do. So it's a thing to, you know, if you like that kind of thing, it might be something really amazing in there, I don't know. If you like that kind of thing in games, if you like these hidden things to reveal later on, then it's definitely a thing to go for. Like I said, I've never really tried, and yeah, it was never a thing where I thought, oh, you know, I really need what's in there, so I'll strive to get it. And in a sense, I think it would, I don't know, if I was doing this game, it's just a thought, and maybe it's just me, if I was doing this game I would have maybe had like a barrier, and then the actual thing you would get, whether it's a sword, let's say it's a sword, the amazing sword and its stats behind the barrier that you needed to unlock at the same level 50, and when you're on good relations with that faction. But then I think that would help the fact you'd want to get it, because you would see it as an amazing sword and you'd know that would be great. Whereas the fact you don't know what it is, and often the chests in this game and the things you get are like, you've already got something better. So I think that would help with the desire to get to them. Again, that may just be me, and some people might like the mystery, some people might just like to get those kind of things in games. But for me, I think if I'd seen that there was something really worthwhile and usable in the game, it would definitely have helped me in my desire to do that. Now we're still doing this thing where we need to uncover the source of Grimoire's plague, so I'm guessing it's back down there where we killed that last army. I know there was 3 points, so I'm not sure if all 3 will be in here, but apparently at least one of them is, so we'll do that because we're kind of standing here. So some of these dungeons are quite big, some are almost like, they're more like caves, and some of them are simple. That looks interesting. Mirror's Eye, okay.
A mirror's eye. Stand back, everyone. Just getting close would corrupt mortal flesh.
Well, we don't want that. That getting corrupted, that doesn't sound healthy.
You're partly right. The sickness in the port is demonic, but it's spreading from the church, from here.
Yeah, exactly.
My sisters in the High Father would never stray so far.
It doesn't matter why or what they were doing. What matters is stopping them and saving the port.
Yes, exactly.
I did it. I can feel the corruption inside me.
Oh, so we did something and she's got corruption inside her. That can't have been
What just happened?
what we really wanted to do. Or was it? I don't know.
It spoke to me. Told me to touch it. I could see my sisters toiling over the bodies of rebels.
So you always beware of things that tell you to touch it. Don't touch them. That's never good.
But the bodies were conjoined. They were building weapons of flesh. It doesn't make any sense.
Building weapons of flesh. Not only does that sound really disgusting, doesn't sound like it would really be good, because surely a weapon of flesh won't be as good as a weapon of steel or whatever. But anyway.
This thing was a mirror's eye. They show you what you need to see. The price is a flesh sacrifice.
Ah, yeah, there's always a price to be paid for looking into these things.
Still, what does the image mean? Your markings glow.
They're from when I was marked pure. Of protection etched upon my skin by Mother Jeanne herself.
Okay, so her markings
I've
glowed.
never heard of them reacting to demonic curses like this. Something's different.
Yeah, will you be alright?
Hey, Coruscant. You alright?
I feel powerful. The corruption of the mirrors.
Oh, that's never a good sign. That's the story of many horror films. The corruption from didn't hurt me, it filled me. Well, that may not be a good thing, but anyway, we'll see. I think we should get out of here.
I feel like I can fly.
Flying sounds tempting, but let's stick to
Yeah, don't fly. That's not going to end well. Like I said, some of the dialogue in this game is really fun and it's really good. So you don't want to be like scrolling through. There's some that's like you've already seen if you've watched the other videos. There's some that's kind of a bit long, where you people just have a conversation that could be had in a few sentences, and they just explain too much. And there's some like that where something's happened to a main character, and it's kind of exciting and interesting. And so you always want to check the dialogue, and you'll want to read if necessary or if it's worthwhile. Do you want to talk to her? I don't know. Okay, we'll talk to her. Holy Maiden Isabeau. I'm a cup. No, you're not. Well, okay. His light fills me. That doesn't make you a cup. But anyway, more of a mug actually. But oh, that's all she has to say. She's a cup. Okay, well you feel like that. So there you can see. You can outrun these people that want to fight you sometimes. We just did. But as the little arrow points in there, it's obvious we're going to need to go in there, so we're going to have to fight this battle. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, when you start a battle, you'll always start with whatever you had in the last game, whether they're injured, whether someone's died, you'll just start with exactly the same setup. So you'll need to edit it, and then you can remove, like, he's pretty dead. What I forgot to do is heal people, but it doesn't matter. But he's pretty dead, so we will remove him. You can't remove her because she needs to be there. But luckily we've got a whole lot of new people. There's our leadership, and we've got 25 more points we can spend. Actually, there's not anyone I think that's 5 points, but we can add one of these. We could add more. Yeah, actually, I think we'll just put soldiers in. What does that one do? Maybe we'll have one of those, just to show. There you go. So we've refilled our units, and when you do that, to start a new battle, always press save, because otherwise you'll just end up with the same from before. You have to save your new layout or your new setup. Then you go back, and there is our new setup. And if you have someone that's a bit injured, which she is, you always bear that in mind. So you might want to use one of your healing things, because she's got a healing thing and she has a spell if she's got enough mana. And then you just press ready, and we can go and do that. And it's always worth, I mean, I've not to do this, to be honest, I mean, I should have done. It's always worth making sure you heal everybody, go to a mana fountain, get more mana, because as I said, you never know exactly, and I don't know in this game how many battles there might be in this dungeon. So with her, and you can usually tell what these things are going to be, whether they're good or bad, because of how they look. So that's a healing thing. She's low on health, so we'll go there, and so that's good because we should have healed her ourselves, but we didn't. So what have they got? They've got 1 priestess and 3 soldiers. That's not too bad. We won't be able to reach any. Actually, let's go there. we'll go there. Number one, that will stop them getting that regen thing. We can use that if we need it, and also it means we can come around behind them when they come through this narrow gap, and we can flank them. So I'm not sure what these possessed do, so if you don't know, there you go, you can check their abilities by pressing L1 down, the L1, not the L1, the L1 movement joystick thing, and you can see L1, the L joystick, the left joystick thing, and you can see what their abilities are. And she looks like a she, doesn't it? Yeah, she's got a weapon swing, a wild swing, which is probably better, and on the back line she gives us strength. We've got one of these on the back line already, so we don't want to do that, so we'll bring her a bit forward, but not so forward that they're going to probably reach her. That's good. We don't really want to block the way, because what will happen then is you'll end up with one troop there, and then all of them will be just stuck behind him. We won't be able to kill them, or they won't be able to kill us. So what we'll do is we'll kind of, if you can sometimes try and force them onto a bad square, which is, that's actually not a particularly bad square. So orb of resistance, do we want that? Yeah, let's go. Take up all the nice stuff. It's him. We could go there, but it doesn't matter because they won't be able to get to that anyway, so we'll just bring him round to here. That'll stop them getting to that anyway. And we've already fired our green goo. Oh, they came around there, I didn't see that. Ah!
Mounting an offensive.
The one thing I will say about the AI is they don't really seem, usually they don't seem that concerned about whether they get good stuff from these bonuses that are lying around. They do avoid the ones that are negative, but they don't seem particularly bothered about getting the good ones, so that's always worth noting. So let's just kill him. There's no point in using the healing thing because nobody needs really healing, and if they do, we've got regen things anyway, so there's their annoying healing one, and they'll fire, but we don't mind if they try and kill us, because again their attack is not great. Okay, so now we're in a good place. We could hit her, but more likely we'll go here and do that, and we can get all three of them. It's always good to know the kind of layout of your attacks, and whether you've got attacks that spread over different amounts of squares, and then wait, and if you can, use it to its maximum. So that's the maximum we're probably ever going to get that in this amount of with this amount of opponents. So if we've got three at once, that's great. We're probably going to have to go, I think, here, because that's going to mean that one is flanked. Yeah, let's use that. Sometimes it's worth holding on to the cooldown abilities a lot, and sometimes it's just not, because it's best to just get them out of the way and use them, basically.
Wear them down.
Especially with the basic units, I would say it's usually better to use them when you get the chance, because they might end up dying later on. And if you can kill somebody, kill them. It's just one less to deal with. And I think we'll go there just to take that off him, in case he decided to go backwards. So that's good, and we've got some rotting goo, is it?
On the offensive.
Okay, again, we don't really want to use our healing thing. We can virtually kill that one. that one might die actually. Or they might die next time. Okay. That's fine because she's not going to be a threat on her own because she hasn't got a great attack, so that's just going to mean another person to run around and kill it. Yeah, let's kill him. He said very casually, let's just kill him. Yeah, there's no more things we can do with that. They'll hit us. If they do kill that soldier, well, that's unfortunately the way of war. They've only got 2 people left. I'm debating if I should go after. Yeah, I'm going to go after her.
Move out. You're down.
And we can flank this one again. Shouldn't take
Pressing
3, 4 people to kill one soldier, so we can afford to run round after her a bit. And then we've got that goo firing person as well, zombie. It's not really a person, I suppose, if it's a zombie, but anyway. That's a whole other debate. I'm going to get, well, if it's a zombie, it can't really be that much of a zombie because it's on our back line and it's actually kind of doing what it's meant to do and it's doing things in order, so it can't really be a zombie because from my knowledge of horror movies, zombies are mindless things that run around trying to eat brains or people and they don't have a plan. So I'm gonna say if that's a zombie, it's a special kind of zombie.
Long live the Empire.
Okay, I won't even bother moving him because we're gonna
Moving.
get her, stop her going around there if we can.
Die.
And again, you just get this slightly irritating part
The twin moons, red
What?
and blue.
where you have to run around hitting this priestess who's
We will be
gonna heal herself again, and they've got one back line. So their back line, I don't remember what they did. I've not been paying attention, but they've got one back line who's going to do something to us. We'll go here. I don't think we can hit that from there, so we'll go here. Yeah, as I said, this is to a smaller extent, because there's only one priestess and there was less army to start with the enemy. It's a little bit like that last battle where you've got that one irritating. You can stay there. There's no point in running round and round in circles. You've got one irritating enemy that you know you're going to beat, but you have to run round and round trying to get them, because every time they get a chance they'll heal themselves. So you're getting kind of to the end. I think she'll die now. Well, she will die now because we've got another turn and we'll fire that zombie green goo and that's the end of them. Victory, nobody died. We got 625 in money, that's great. So yeah, like I said, those battles, as you can see, they're a little bit irritating, but later on when you've got good ranged units and good magic, you can kill those ones from distance. So we'll have whatever that is in the chest. Get an ancient sword, it might be good, it might not be. Oh, and let me go through. You can't open that gate, which means we'll go around here, make sure you get everything you can get. Arcane flux, that's useful. But basically we didn't necessarily need to, we didn't know that. So there's no way we could have known that wasn't the way through, but oh, somebody else to fight, okay. Like I said, and this is, again, it's shown what I said. You think you've done a battle and you've not really healed, there was absolutely no option to either go back to the castle, our castle, or to, and yet we've run into another battle. So had that been a battle where we'd lost a lot of our troops or people have got badly injured, it would have been bad. So now we've got two options. We can retreat or we can fight. If we can retreat, it doesn't necessarily mean running backwards. We could run past them, it would be worth it, but we can't, so we have to fight them. But yeah, as you've seen there, you'll never know from any layout exactly how many armies there might be, how many little battles there might be, and how many people you might lose in each battle. And you'll never know whether there's going to be a healing fountain or a mana fountain, or there's a dual healing and mana fountain, but you'll never know until you get there. So it's always important to have a good selection of troops and enough troops in case you lose quite a few, and always assume you will, because you usually will. Again, they've not got overriding amounts of anything, and because she's got that ability where her second strike ability is something that can be spread over many squares, it would be very good for us if we can get a few of them to come forward, even though she might get hit. There's no point in me putting this one there. I could put that one there. Maybe we can come around the back of them later on. I mean, like go around that way. So we'll see. Also, don't always rely on these. I'll put him on that because he's a bit injured. These regeneration tiles, because some dungeons you'll get many, some battles you'll get many, not just in dungeons, and some you won't get any at all. Sometimes there won't be any bonuses, negative or positive, on the floors anywhere, and you won't get anything. So don't assume. Always have enough. The one thing you can always do, you can't always ensure there's healing fountains, you can't always ensure you won't get injured, you can't always ensure that you'll be able to heal the people you have or people won't die, but what you can almost ensure is you have quite a lot of spare units to interchange with if different units get killed or too badly injured. And again, our other character is badly injured, he can't participate in this battle, but when you have quite a lot of characters, again, that makes it easier. The good thing about these priestess units is at least they can do damage from quite a way back, so they have to keep moving around, which can be good if they're ours, but bad if they're the enemies. Like I said, I like the design of all the units, our units, their units. They're all very good, and they all look exactly the same as the little portraits as well, which I like. We can do our thing. I know we can only get 2, but I can't see any likelihood of we're getting 3, because we could get 4 if we could, but there's no realistic option. So we'll take the 2 while we can get them. That's good, and then we'll just. I think we'll just step. Actually, let's go. We'll go around there because we might take that regen thing ourselves. So he fired dark missiles, which don't sound particularly nice, but so she's got a thing. I wonder what that wild swing was. I assumed it might be. So she's got also got a thing where she can hit more than one tile. You can see from the highlighted tiles, and there's actually 3 because it was highlighting that one, that she could theoretically hit 3 as well, but we haven't got that option. We'll hit the 2.
Breaking the line.
Okay, I'm going to put him there for a reason, which I'll tell you in a minute.
Offensive.
Not just because we can have hit the other one as well, but
We make our stand for the Empire.
fire that green, do it him, and the reason I put that other unit there is because then what I'll do is I'll bring her to here, and then I'll use that healing chain thing on all of the ones that are in a line, and that will heal him as well, so that was worthwhile. I'm aware that they're healing themselves a little bit, but that's okay.
Holding the line.
Again, these basic troops don't do a huge amount of damage, but that's kind of not their purpose.
We make our station here.
As you can see, they don't do a lot of damage to us either, so.
There will be no surrender.
But they're a good front line. So I'm going to bring her because she wasn't close enough to get the healing chain to take that. Not just because we would like it, but also because it will remove that option from them. So that's always good. They're using their dark missiles, but it's kind of worked out well that they've kind of come up close. Actually. Oh, we haven't got any more movement for that one, so that's fine.
We make our stand.
Then we'll just end up in a kind of tit for tat where they hit us and we'll hit them. And then it's good, see, those priestess units are good when you're stuck with this kind of face on, everyone's stuck in a line, because then they can shoot from behind other people, and although her attack's not great, you can pick off people that are not doing very well.
This suffering must end.
And they're generally not doing very well at the moment, so. Probably, I think we'll go around behind them there. I mean, you can always tell generally, especially when they're basic, because when you've got more fancy units fighting you, and they've got more backline, sometimes you can't quite anticipate what might happen. But in this case, when they've only got basic units and they haven't got much on the back line, we know we've won this battle. There's no way they're going to be able to, even if we played it really badly, there's no possible way that they can kill 5 of our frontline troops with 2 troops that are already injured. So we know we've won. And luckily they aren't priestesses, so they're not going to run around the back line frustrating us by trying to keep healing themselves. So they're going to hit us, we're going to hit them, and in the end they're going to be dead, basically. She might be able to kill that one there. She's useful for picking off people with low health, I would say. All the units in this game have a use, whether they're high ranking, whether they're good, they all have some use, and I like that as well. There's not any units I found that are just kind of useless, or why would you have them? And I think that's really good, because there's a lot of different units in this game. You've not even seen half of them, the enemy ones or the ones you can use yourselves. But they've all got a use. The troops, even though they haven't got a great attack, they're useful for just shielding your other units, and they're useful to just taking on damage. You've got the priestess who can heal people, and from a distance she can take off people and kill people that have got very low health. You've got that possessed, that one, who can hit quite a few people. They've all got different abilities, and every ability of every unit is useful in some way or another. Even if it may not seem it, they have some kind of use. And I think that's very good, because there's an awful lot of units in this game, and there's none where you kind of think, well, that one's rubbish. Actually, later in the game, as I said to you when we were hiring the new units, there's that unit called a Shadowcaster, which I haven't used. I've got one on the back line, and they have a limited, again, a bit like the priestess, a limited attack, but it is a line attack, so it attacks everybody in a line, but it also has a healing thing. And even when I've had very high ranking units, I often have one of those somewhere, because they're low cost to put in your army, and they have a use. There's not that many units in this game that heal, actually, so bear that in mind. So there you go, we've got more money, and no one died, and no one really got injured, so that's even better. The reason it's good no one got injured isn't because normally it wouldn't matter that much, but because we don't really want to end up with a lot of people dead. I would ideally like to... That's that woman who thinks she's a cup. Is that her? Yeah. Yeah, she's a cup. Okay, okay, dear. Oh, okay. We want to get through there. Sometimes it's I won't go that way. Sometimes you have to run around a little bit to find different ways through, which is actually quite good. Oh, well, that's irritating. So, we have that moment, which is actually kind of good, sort of, where I can't find out how to get through. There's obviously a door there. And you can see there's a lot of stuff beyond the door. There's no way of going that way. We've run round there. I'll show you what will happen if we can't work out how to do this. Because it does happen sometimes. Okay, so there's no obvious way that I can find to get in there. So what I'll do, and it probably is the way, what I would assume, this game's never usually really hard to work out. So if you end up with that a few times and you get a place where you can't find a natural way to go, and that dungeon's not massive, we've gone round and there's that door that we can't open, then I would usually generally assume that it means that there's going to be a key or some such device somewhere else that we're meant to get. You're not meant to run round. So don't ever run round a dungeon over and over again, like, you know, for many, many goes looking for something, because often you won't need to, because the key may not be in the dungeon at all. We've killed that thing in the mirror, the thing that our companion took on board and that filled her. So we've returned there because we've already done that. Nothing moves but flies. That doesn't sound very good. Bodies, what, in their homes, in the streets, and at the port. That doesn't sound really great.
We've come so far.
So we've done it, but maybe we've been a bit late. She's off to help people. No, we'll follow her.
Come on, Ori.
I can't wake him. I can't wake any of them.
Well, they're dead, so probably that's why you can't wake them. We don't want to start some romantic-y thing with her. It's the Veil's fault. Yeah, okay,
This
it's the
isn't your
Veil's fault.
fault, but the veils.
That's right.
Surely you see that.
Or a demon corrupted the church. Or Mortis sent undead forces to corrupt the waters. Or elves sought vengeance, or...
Yeah. Well, you don't want to blame your own church and your own beliefs. That's common. We don't really care what we think of. Why did you
You're
join the
not like
Veil?
typical Veil soldiers. How did you come to serve them?
I don't know who I was before. Being marked pure sheds your former self. You find a new name, a new path, a new skin.
I think she means, I mean, it's, you know, it's like I said, this game's never, it's good because it's never morally black or white. It's almost always, even with the really bad characters, it's kind of grey in an almost humorous way. It's good. I like that. So, you know, she isn't holier than holy. You've already seen her mother superior kind of character who didn't mind telling us to kill people, but was telling us we were as cynic as we had, and she's a bit morally grey as well. She wants to believe in, you know, what she believes, even if it's obviously not done all good things, and I like that. But I think we should leave. It's not looking good. Okay, so we've got a world skill from our companion, and yes, that's another thing. Each companion learns one world skill during their personal quest, and they help us do different things. This one helps us clear obstacles, which means we can find hidden treasure and secret passages, and they're all very useful. So it's always worth doing the companion quest. You'll want to do them anyway, but it's worth doing them for that reason. And to use the skill, you just need to literally walk up to the thing with the whatever it is, corruption, and they'll do it for you. And they don't have to be part of your kind of current squad, so. And we've leveled up. There's a guy down there we could fight. And there you see, that's that corruption growth thing that she's got the ability to remove. So now we can remove it. And I'll show you. And there's some there, and it often is between you and a chest or a little army or something. We've got a majestic scepter. That sounds probably more exciting than it actually is, but oh, that's that guy that talks nonsense. I don't want to talk to him. Hold your quest, because I'm not actually. Then just go back, and you can see from there we've finished her quest, her part of the quest, and then we've got the 3 temples quest we got from that Mother Superior. I can't remember what her name was, but that lady in the cave who called us a sinner, and we've got to deal with all those 3 things for her, and it says, it gives you the kind of level, and it says it's hard. We've got this one which is medium, and then we've got the main quest which is that one, which is easy, so we might do the easy one next. So anyway, there you go. That was a whole little expo of things. So you've got a companion, and by doing her quest, we leveled her up to be able to deal with a specific ability she had. Again, there's always things to pick up everywhere. Always look around. There's always something to pick up. We also got a battle. We also did that dungeon, and we've completed that. And so yeah, we got quite a few little bits and bobs done. When I come back, I will continue the main quest, and we'll see where we go from there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.